Brandon. Just bringing your new work to you. It's Thursday, April 29th, and we are starting our outline for our research paper. So everything that you're doing on your research paper up to this point should be done, including your research on your not your cards, but the forms that I sent you. That should all be done and filled out. You should send it to me so that I can check it and grade it, which completion more or less. And then you're going to start your outline. So again, I just want to reiterate that what you're researching is your invention, which will be the major part of your paper. Okay, the inventor, who they were, education, other achievements. You don't have to put their whole life story, but you do need to put some information of importance about them, just to show who they were and that sort of thing. Then you're going to also have a major portion of when and why this invention was invented and how it affected society, both positive and negative, because some things have negative effects instead of just positive. For instance, if you're writing about the atomic bomb, obviously that has negative effects, but it had some positive effects as well. And then also on your minor your minor parts, you're going to talk about what the world was like before the invention. And I know you have Velcro, so you may not be able to find a lot of information about what the world was like before Velcro, but you should be able to find a few small facts, which is why it's just a minor point. But you do kind of want to include that in your paper. And also how and if this invention is still in use, and if not, what took its place. So again, I think for Velcro, that might be minor information, but you still need to try to find a few facts about that you can kind of add in to make your paper, a little bit more, have a little bit more, what's that word I'm trying to think of? Depth to it. So, so after you're after you've finished with your research, which you should be done now, of course, you're going to be doing your essay, but you'll be doing an outline first before the essay, okay? So I'm going to go over that with you. Now, I will have the outline on Google Classroom for you, and you will be filling it out. This is what it's going to look like. I don't know if you can see it. I hope so. It's got, just kind of tells you and gives you a step-by-step guide of what you're going to be doing on the outline itself, okay? And I will have a copy of this on Google Classroom for you. So all you're going to do is put your basic facts in this outline. You don't have to put your whole paper or every sentence you're going to use. So what it says is like your thesis statement, okay? And a thesis statement is basically what you're going to be talking about. You're going to give the information about that. One sentence. It can be a long sentence, but it really only should be about one sentence. And, of course, you're going to be identifying the topic you're writing about in your thesis statement and the perspective on the topic that the evidence in your paper supports. For instance, whatever you're going to be telling us about Velcro, then you want to make sure you include that in your thesis statement. Okay? And then you'll put some general information, some information about the inventor, maybe their background, some more information about the invention. You want to describe it, like Velcro, witches, whatever. You want to describe it, give a description. Remember, you have to keep your audience in mind because not everybody might know what Velcro is. You have to assume that your audience needs to be explained what you're talking about. Okay, so you want to do a little description of it. And then, you want to, I keep losing my place. Okay, I'm sorry. So you want to have your thesis statement but first you want to have an attention getter, maybe 1 to 2 sentences attention getter. And that's like what we call our hook. It kind of gives people the reason to read your paper. It kind of makes it interesting. So it's just the statement that will grab your reader's attention and make them want to read your paper. And as you know, it can be an interesting fact, it can be a shocking statistic, or even just a statistic, a quotation, an anecdote, an analogy, or a comparison, or anything else you think will get the reader to notice, but it cannot be a question. So in a research paper, it cannot be a question for your attention grabber. Okay? So, and then you want to have the general information. Like this is where you're going to put the information about your invention, your inventor, etc. Okay? So you're introducing. And of course, you want to talk about what you're going to be talking about. So for instance, let me just give you a for instance. Okay, so supposing your paper was about the invention of the traffic light. So an example thesis statement for that type of paper would be, something like, the invention of the traffic light made car travel safer, traffic flow better, and created a safer environment for pedestrians. So your first body paragraph in this particular case would be about how the invention of the traffic light made traveling by car safer. Then your second body paragraph would be about the traffic flow, how it flowed better. And then your third body paragraph would be how it created a safer environment for pedestrians. So you're going to be putting that type of thing. And in this case, you're going to be talking about, whatever you're going to be talking about how and when this invention was created, how it affected society, whether a positive or a negative way or both. And then, of course, you're going to talk about your minor information probably in your third body, because that wouldn't be quite as important as the other two sections of the paper. I hope that makes sense, but it wouldn't be as important, but that would be important information that you'd want to add. So you're going to be, that's what you're going to be doing on your outline. You're going to be putting this information like your introduction, your thesis statement. Then you're going to talk about in your first body paragraph, your topic sentence, your two examples, and all you have to do is just give an idea of what they're going to be. You don't have to write the whole thing out. Same thing with the second body paragraph, same thing with the third, and then of course your conclusion is going to be, again, wrapping it up, okay? So what you're going to be doing, again, is, and I think I might have mentioned it already, but I will put the outline on Google Classroom for you, okay? So we have your introduction covered, and then your body paragraph. So you want to have a topic sentence, and that's just setting up what you're going to be talking about in that particular body paragraph, okay? It's where you identify the main idea of the paragraph, that particular paragraph, and it should be a clear statement that doesn't contain any opinion. So again, you're doing a research paper, so there's no opinion involved. It's all going to be research, okay? Your whole entire paper will be research, all right? Except for maybe your statement of significance and your thesis statement, although that is going to be research. Maybe your attention getter, that can come from you. You can make that creative, okay? So your body paragraphs are going to have your topic sentence, then they're going to have an example, and then you're going to have another example. So you're going to have at least two examples or evidence in each body paragraph, okay? And you're going to do that first body paragraph, second body paragraph, third body paragraph, and you're going to fill in that information, with like invention, inventor, how and when, maybe how it affected society positively and negatively, and or positively and negatively. And then your third body paragraph would contain your minor information, such as what the world was like before the invention, if it's still used, etc. You may not find that much information on Velcro and that part of it, but I'm sure you can find some facts on that you can add to your third body paragraph. And then you want to wrap it up in your conclusion. And then your statement of significance, that is also what we put in a research paper as part of the conclusion. So basically what that is, and it just needs to be one sentence or maybe two sentences, but without introducing any new information, and there's no new information introduced in a conclusion because you're wrapping, okay? So you're going to restate your thesis statement in a different way, and then review and summarize the main ideas presented in your paper. So the three body paragraphs is just going to kind of repeat or review those, summarize them, and then your statement of significance. So without introducing any new information to the paper, explain why this topic is significant, important, and or relevant. So why is Velcro significant, important, or relevant? So you want to explain that. And again, that will come from your research. So on your research paper itself, you'll be doing a cover sheet, which will have your title, name, and everything. And I'll be showing you all how to do that, the next step, or a step before we write our paper. Then you'll also be doing your paper, and then you'll have a works cited page. So that's going to be a separate page from your paper and your title page. Okay, but we'll be setting all that up, and I'll be showing you guys how to do that when we start our paper. Okay, so right now what you're doing is your outline. Let me see if there's anything else that I need to give you. Okay, you should be using some quotations. You don't have to use a lot of quotations, but you do want to use all of your research information summarized into your own words. Okay, so it has to be summarized into your own words, but it needs to be research. Okay, so then if you're adding any quotations, you'll have to cite those. And for instance, let's say, okay, so say the person is talking about the traffic light again. So they're going to insert some quotations in their paper. So the invention of the traffic light by Garrett Morgan made automotive transportation safer. And then they'll give an example. Okay, and then like before the traffic light's invention, it was not uncommon for bicycles, animal-powered carts, and motor vehicles to share the same thoroughfare with pedestrians. Accidents frequently occurred between the vehicles, and this came from the Federal Highway Administration source that they used. So before the traffic light's invention, then they went on with their quotation, it was not uncommon, etc., and put the quotation marks on and then ended it and then put in parentheses where that information came from. And that's what we'll be doing in our paper. But again, I'll be showing you all how to do that when we get to that point of actually writing the rough draft, writing the paper. Okay, so let's see, what other things do I need to tell you? The paper is going to be 500 words, needs to be 500 words, and it needs to be research, nothing else. No fluff, no made up stuff, no opinions, no questions, just strictly research. And it needs to be organized, make sense, and flow, in a certain way with the major and minor information in the paper. Okay? And I think that's all. So the outline, if you're finished with your research, then you'll go on to your outline. If not, then you need to finish that, send it to me, and then you're going to work on the outline. So again, the outline will be on Google Classroom. And these two papers that I was kind of like reading from and using that you'll need as tools, I can take pictures of them. I hate to do that, but I cannot download them because it's just impossible because it comes with a whole packet. So in order to download them, I'd have to download the entire packet. And, that's just not a good idea. It's really not possible for me to do that. So I'll take photos and hopefully you can see what you need to see. And if not, you need to let me know because you'll need to come and pick up some copies because you need these as tools. So unfortunately, you might have to come and pick up some paperwork, okay? And also I will put on, or I'll send you an email with photos of the, it'll probably be Monday, but I'll send you photos of the PowerPoint, okay, that we'll be using on Monday so you can kind of see what to do. That'll give you more information as well. So you have, let's see, you have five classes with me left. So you have, today's Thursday. Okay, you have Monday, Wednesday, Friday of next week, Tuesday and Thursday of the following week. And then on Monday of that following week, you will have your final exam on May 17th. So, and that will be your second period exam. So on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, and Thursday, we'll be working on getting the rough draft done, working on each thing step by step, getting the rough draft done. The rough draft will have to be in, probably it would have to be in on that Thursday. That would be the last day it could be in because then I'll have to grade them, return them to you guys, and then we'll do our not a rough draft. We'll do our final paper, which is going to be your final exam on that Monday. You'll be getting 2 grades for the actual paper. That'll be a test grade and a research grade. And then you'll be getting a grade for the final exam. So whatever grade you get on the research paper is probably going to be the same grade you get on the final exam. Okay? But the rough draft, of course, would be a completion grade. So mostly everything this term has been completion, except for the papers, which are test grades. So if you have any questions or, I haven't covered enough information or I've gone too fast or whatever, you don't understand, please email me and let me know. And just make sure that you're doing the work and getting it in at the proper time. The outline will be due on Monday. So you have time today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday to finish your research, do your outline, and get that in by the time class starts on Monday, which is Monday morning at 8. So make sure you have that in to me. And again, if you have any questions, please just email me and let me know. Okay? Good luck with the paper, and I will send you the Google Classroom outline, and get back with you when we move to our next step. Okay? Bye.